Well, I'm really proud to welcome the mayor and say thank you to your team, your staff for all that you're doing. It's really an honor to have you here today. Thank you. Give it up for Mayor Todd Gloria. Thank you, Kyle. Good morning, San Diego. It is so awesome to see you all out here assembled here along 30th Street. It is a good day for our city. We have something to celebrate today. The opening of 1.5 miles of protected bikeway, 30th Street from Polk to Juniper. This is a big deal. Your presence here really illustrates that. I want to acknowledge, just as Kyle did right at the very top, that this is both a celebration, but it's clouded by some recent tragedy. Tragedy that has been compounded multiple times over in recent, literally, days. And we have to remember Laura and Swati and Alan and Jackson, because so often the conversation about bike lanes is about parking. It is very rarely about public safety, and we are here to say, unified in one voice, this is about protecting people's lives. It's about keeping people safe. It's about letting families enjoy their communities in a safe environment. Do you agree with me? This is about safety, everybody? I want my fellow San Diegans to know that those deaths are preventable. These are beloved members of our community who should be here celebrating this success with us, and yet they're not. So we have to take this as the challenge that it is, which is to make biking in our city safe. That we have to make it easy to cross the street when you're walking or biking up and down, or even when you're driving, because let's be honest, even if when you hit somebody, that is violence against them and they hold that trauma for the rest of their lives. Everyone is impacted, and that's why everyone should care about making our infrastructure safer. But beyond safety, and that's no small thing, we have an even bigger looming challenge, and that is the challenge of climate change. Our city has a landmark, bold, aggressive climate action plan that we are implementing in order to save our planet. And we cannot do this without ensuring that people have more ways to get from A to B that is safe. It's not about taking cars away, but it's about saying to people, there are other ways to get there. There are ways that are safe, that are convenient, that are cost-effective. And we can do that if we choose to. As the mayor of this great city, I'm here to tell you, the city of San Diego will choose to make our infrastructure safer and to give you more choices because you deserve that. This is America's finest city, and this is a critical component of us claiming that great title. So about 8 months into this gig, I heard a lot of people, I hear the pretty talk, I hear about the plans, but where is the action? So let me give you a little bit of the action. We have recently, with this city's budget, the new city budget, we've created the Safe and Sustainable Transportation All Ages and Abilities Team. It's a mouthful, so we just call it STAT. And that name is appropriate because this is about acting with urgency. This team's mission is to create more protected bike lanes faster. Not just when we're repaving our streets, which has been our classic approach to this, but to do it in areas of highest need, to do it strategically, thoughtfully, to address the areas where the highest levels of injuries occur. We know where these places are. You know where these places are. It's time to start implementing safety improvements now. This city team, this city team's first 9 miles are underway, or will soon be underway. We are funding a badly needed update to our mobility action plan to help us do this in more communities across the city. We're partnering with our friends at SANDAG, and I want to acknowledge our chairwoman, Catherine Blakespear, is here. She's the mayor of Encinitas, but she's also the chair at SANDAG. She cares deeply. Her and her husband are here. They bike here. It's good to see them here. We're working with them to reduce the amount of time to get these projects done. Many of you have rightly criticized the fact that it takes far too long from the votes that people like Georgia Gomez and I take to build this stuff to when it actually gets built. The improvements that we're implementing in partnership with SANDAG will reduce the processing time by 75%. Getting these improvements out faster. So let me just say, if we're going to make meaningful progress towards hitting our climate goals, if we're going to change the culture around what transportation means in San Diego, then we're going to have to connect our neighborhoods with a seamless network of protected bike lanes. So those of us who live close to our jobs can get there quickly and easily by bike, so that we can run errands or go out to dinner or visit friends. without having to drive around looking for parking. Let's be real, there's always been parking challenges in all of these neighborhoods, right? The question is whether or not you actually had a choice other than a car to get there. This is what this is often about. And let me be really clear, this is about being radically inclusive because our current approach advantages one group of San Diegans to the detriment of other people, folks who cannot drive, folks who are not able to drive, folks who don't want to drive. We have to build a network that works for all ages, all abilities to get where they want to go without fear. I want to wrap up by acknowledging that I may be the mayor, but let's be honest, there's a lot of great people who make this stuff possible. I want to give a thank you to Assemblymember Chris Ward, who in his former role as a city council member initiated the 30th Street Bikeway project. Chris, we appreciate you being here. I mentioned her already. She's in the front right here with an awesome helmet. Former Council President Georgette Gomez is here. And there are a lot of city staff here, so I'm going to ask my city staff members, please raise your hands if you're on the mayor's office, on the transportation committee. All of our city workers, Alex Clifton up here, we got there, Brittany Bailey is here. Steve Hill and Phil Spandex, everybody. We're saying that to love Spandex, we love these bike lanes, right? Okay. We have a city that desperately wants to do this. We have a mayor that's willing to do it. We have a council that's united in accomplishing it. Today is a day for celebration. I thank every bike group who is here today for tenaciously sticking on this issue and pushing and pushing and pushing. And I ask you to keep that pressure on because we're going to drive change in this community that's going to protect our climate, that's going to make us safer, that's going to give us more options on getting from A to B, and will make us not just a fine city, but a truly great city. Thank you all for being here today. Good to see you all here.
Next up, I'd like to welcome the chair of the SANDAG Board of Directors, Mayor Catherine Blakespear.
Well, good morning, bicyclists. Hello. It's so great to see all of you, even all the way at the back of the block. I'm so thrilled to see so many people out here today who support bicycling. It can be really difficult to fight these fights, and today we're here to celebrate. How many people are excited to celebrate this protected bike lane today? So I serve as the mayor in the city of Encinitas and the chair of SANDAG. And if you build a protected bike lane in any of the 18 cities or this county, I will come to celebrate it with you. So please champion these projects everywhere across the county. Because the reality is they're tough. These projects are tough to build. And that's because we talk about it a lot, but we have to do it. We have to make those decisions to say, when we're balancing road cyclists or protected bike lanes or parking or 2 lanes of traffic versus 1, there are always trade-offs. And so having protected bike lanes is saying yes to economic justice, it's saying yes to climate justice, it's saying yes to health justice, mental health and physical health, and we need to say all those things in every single city in this county. So if you're willing to fight that fight with me, say yes! And I want to recognize Marcus Bush, who's here from National City on his bicycle. Raise your hand, Marcus. And former Council President Georgette Gomez, also out here on a hot day to celebrate this. And our amazing mayor in the city of San Diego, who's here saying yes to these projects. And so I really, really want to focus everybody on the fact that we stand on your shoulders. So we in elected office can only do this if there's community will for it. So demonstrate that community will again and again and again, whether it's coming to the meetings, or it's writing on social media, or it's sending a letter to the editor, or it's coming to events like this. Because we at SANDAG, our new motto is, we want to work with the willing. So the willing are the cities that want this infrastructure. I also want to recognize Colin Parent right here. Raise your hand. Great, Circulate San Diego Executive Director. He's a great champion for protected facilities everywhere as well. So please continue to fight this fight. This is a great project we're here to celebrate today, and we want to see more of them. And I will come to every single ribbon cutting throughout this county that you guys create. Thank you.
Yeah,
right,
photo.
The count of 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.